Hey everybody, it's 80s Everything here, and today I am here with 3 special guests who were all born in the 80s, and I'm gonna ask them a few questions about what the life was like in the 80s. So the special guests are right here. Say hi.
Hello. What's going on, everybody?
Yep. Yeah, I'm so happy to do this interview, and then they're gonna tell you guys a little bit about themselves, if they want to, of course.
What's up? I'm Nick Carter, also known as Not a Backstreet Boy. I was born in 1984. I had 6 years in the 90s, and lots of jeans, lots of mom dressing me, lots of fun activities with brothers and bunk beds and standard def television. So.
Hello, my name is Tom Billingsley. And I was born in 1982. And man, the 80s were a blur for me because all I was doing was playing in the front yard with wiffle balls, bats, Tonka trucks, race cars, micro machines, and I loved playing in the dirt, man. I like to be outside.
Nice.
Hey, my name is G-Dub, born in 1984, and the thing that, I loved the most in the 80s was Ninja Turtles.
I love Ninja
Turtles.
Turtles.
Are my favorite, still to this day.
Agreed.
Yep.
He hasn't grown up.
What about Thundercats?
He-Man.
Yeah.
Silverhawks. The 80s were great because I remember, you had the new stuff like Ninja Turtles, but then you had the old stuff still like Flintstones, Jetsons,
Yeah.
Looney Tunes. So the 80s were a great time to blend the old cartoons with the new cartoons.
Oh.
Batman, the animated series, and X-Men, and all the superhero stuff started becoming popular.
What about
Yeah.
VHS tapes, right?
Nice. Well,
No DVR.
yeah, no DVR.
Or rewind. You had to rewind it by hand.
Yeah. Don't take the clip out, otherwise you could record it.
Well, I'm gonna ask you guys 6 questions. I'm gonna put my pop second on the desk.
Alright. Still got our faces.
Yeah.
Let's scoot up.
Alright, we're good.
Yeah, okay. So the first question is, how was your life in the 80s? Was it good? Was it bad?
Oh man,
The best.
life was great.
Very,
Days.
very carefree.
You could be outside all day, not worry about anything. I lived in 2 different states. I lived in Utah and California in the 80s.
Huh.
I walked to school in the snow in the 80s.
No way.
Sure did.
I walked
Uphill both ways.
I actually did when I was in kindergarten. I walked to school by myself.
So did
You
I.
could do that?
When I was in kindergarten, yeah.
So
We
did
used
I.
to just play out on the street. Parents would just be like, we'll whistle when it's dinner time. You didn't have to worry about, getting kidnapped and stuff these days.
Yeah.
And it was a good time. Super Soaker was big.
Oh,
the
man.
green Super Soaker original one. Oh, man, we just had a blast.
Yeah.
Ice Cream Men, driving down the street, getting your, bubble gum on your character.
You must have lived a privileged life. We couldn't afford the ice cream, man.
I actually, in kindergarten one time, I stuck Play-Doh in my hair in kindergarten. I had to get sent home. That was like the worst thing I ever did.
Oh.
Yeah.
So then the next question is, did you have any favorite TV shows or movies in the 80s? You probably were young, but do you still have some? Like, favorites?
I think the big one was like, that's right, Ninja Turtles was pretty popular. There's some, it just started in the late 80s. It was called TGIF. And there was a bunch of family shows like Family Matters. And I think Saved by the Bell started in the 80s too.
you guys are missing one too, man. G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe.
Transformers,
Great American Hero.
Transformers.
And
Yeah.
G.I. Joes.
Thundercats.
Huh.
Yeah.
My greatest Christmas present ever. that I remember.
Transformers. Transformers was popular then.
Yeah.
All stuff that they're making movies about now
Yeah.
Yeah.
was from us. Because all the
Awesome.
kids are now the directors and producers and writers of those movies because they loved them so much.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Star Wars.
They're in HD now.
Yeah.
Star Wars was
fuzzy.
big.
Yeah.
That was pretty big news.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Back to the Future.
I love Back to the Future.
Goonies.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Best. The best.
Yeah. So the next. So the next question is, if you could meet any famous person from that era, who would it be and why? Or do you have one?
Joe Montana.
Okay.
Zach Morris. From Saved by the Bell. With the cell phone.
Huh.
Big, giant, block cell phone. The first one.
I would say Kirk Gibson. The Dodgers, 88 World Series.
Oh. Okay. So the next question is, were the 80s safer than today? Like, for example, could you knock on the door in your house and don't know who it is and your parents would be okay with letting them in?
Dude, like we
Yeah.
talked about, I would play outside all day. I'd be at neighbors' houses all day.
Huh.
It was so much safer.
Even whenever it was dark. I mean, I remember coming home when it was dark from a friend's house, walking down the street. And I think for me, neighborhoods, everybody knew each other. I know for mine, everybody knew each other. We were, like, person could live 10 houses down. I'd go to their house, we'd play, and then I could tell my parents, hey, I'm going down the street to so-and-so's house, and they'll be like, all right. And that's all they had to say. And then we just walk back home, and sometimes it was dark, sometimes it was not.
We play hide and seek at night on the whole street.
No
So
way.
you could just hide in anybody's yard.
Yeah.
Behind trees and bushes, behind trash, anywhere on the whole street was like the boundaries. And you could just run around and do whatever. And everybody knew, like, oh, that's so-and-so's kid. And it wasn't a big deal. And front doors, you didn't have to lock front doors. You could just walk in and out of, your neighbors' houses and stuff.
Huh.
And garage doors were always open.
Wow.
It was
Awesome.
a lot of fun.
Nice.
That's what life should be like.
Yeah, I wish I was born in the 80s, but I was born in 06.
It's okay.
Pretty far from the 80s.
Yeah.
One of these days, some kid will be interviewing you who enjoys the 2000s. So
Wow. That would be awesome.
that would be awesome. You can tell them all about it.
Yeah. So there's two more questions. Question number 5 is, do you remember any? I think I might be repeating myself, but do you have any highlights or salient and downsides about that time?
Man, for me, my highlight was being able to go in the front yard because I was a kid and I liked Tonka trucks, and I would build race tracks with my Tonka trucks, and then take my Hot Wheels and race them on the racetracks that I created. And
Okay.
then ride my bike everywhere. I love riding my bike in the 80s. I remember my dad taught me to ride my bike in a cul-de-sac, and then ever since then I was on that bike nonstop.
Huh.
That was my
Wow.
highlights. Just playing, man. Life as a kid.
I think
Carefree.
I think if there's one regret about the 80s, I feel like it's that I didn't have more years in the 80s. Or I didn't get, because when you're a kid,
We were 6, dude.
yeah, so I turned 6 in 1990, so I only have really 5.5, 6 years, right?
Okay.
And so, I guess it would be to be more aware of what's going on in the 80s, and because now your memories just kind of fade. The longer you get in life, the more they get stretched out. Your memories kind of spread apart. And I wish I had more memories that I could remember about the 80s. So
Yeah.
I remember going to Disneyland in the 80s.
Nice.
That was awesome. My parents surprised me that we were going to a work conference, and we pulled up to Disneyland. I cried. I was so happy.
I remember the '84 Olympics in the lake. It was a good time. A lot of gold medals.
You were born in '84.
My, on the day I was
It's a good year.
born,
Impeccable, man.
the Bruins, UCLA Bruins, the football team, they were actually playing a game that day in the Rose Bowl, and my dad was watching the football game in the other room, with the doctor.
Oh.
My mom is in labor.
Oh my
And my
gosh.
dad and the doctor are in another room watching the UCLA football game. And so,
Dude, I have a similar story. My dad missed my first birthday party because he was at a Super Bowl party when the 49ers won the Super Bowl.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, dads.
Yeah,
And
Dad.
now you're proud of them because you're a Niners fan.
And I'm a Niners fan.
You understand.
I did it in revolt. I was a Niner fan in revolt. Dad.
Okay, so the last question was, did you go to, so the last question was, did you go to like any concerts, like from like some Michael Jackson concerts, or just any other band or singer?
I don't remember any concerts. If anything, it was something somebody was singing at the fair or something. But yeah, I don't remember any.
I remember getting my first Michael Jackson album.
I remember
Nice.
my aunt got me a compact disc, or not a compact disc, but a cassette tape.
Yeah, my dad owned a lot of records. Records are a thing of the past, but man, they were beautiful. Yeah.
He was back now.
He's a big Bruce Springsteen fan, so we listen to Bruce Springsteen every Saturday when we clean the house.
Nice.
Yeah.
My dad had his own stereo system from when he was a teenager, and it had like the records and everything. He had a bunch of Christmas albums.
That
like,
8-track, bring that
like-
8-track back.
He had like Bill Cosby, like comedian, like records, and we would play the records, and so that's I'm glad you brought that up. Glad you brought that. That was fun.
My first concert was George Strait,
Oh, the country
In the
singers?
country singer. And I don't remember what age I was, but I was little.
Back in '83.
I was a little guy, and my dad took me to a George Strait concert, and we decked out in cowboy boots, cowboy hat, all the belt, the whole deal, big buckle.
So you do have boots.
Nice.
Yeah, they don't fit anymore, but that was my first concert. My dad liked country music. I remember listening to Ernest Tubbs, walking the floor over you and stuff on the old, cassette tape in the car. We had tapes,
Yeah.
not CDs or
Flipping that tape,
Sure,
man.
so-
So, hold on. All right, side B. There we go.
Did you guys ever have the scooters in the '80s? They were like the big wheels. They're not like the razor ones they have today. They have like bigger wheels on them.
Yeah, it was like a skateboard in the middle
Yeah, yeah.
of the wheels. Skateboards were like wood planks with wheels on them.
Wow.
Trucks.
Yeah. I just had my bike, man.
But
I do remember swimming in the 80s. Got our first pool in the 80s.
Nice.
Here in town, you gotta have a pool.
I remember my swim lessons. I think I was like 2 or 3, and the instructor, he would take you in the pool and he would take you by the head and he would shove you
Oh.
to the bottom of the pool, and he would hold you there, and he was trying to teach you to hold your breath.
Oh.
Things have changed quite a bit.
Things used to be able to do in the 80s, like
Huh.
shove the kids to the bottom of the pool so they learn how to hold their breath. But it's funny.
Huh.
It's funny you talk about it. It's like everything's like kind of rejogging.
Yeah, so one more question and then we're gonna be done. Sadly with this interview. Did you have any favorite singers or any favorite bands in the 80s, like Twisted Sister or Michael Jackson or Prince?
Michael Jackson was
was
kind of
awesome.
big.
He was huge.
Yeah, Michael Jackson was pretty big.
I remember watching Thriller, the video, for the first time.
Oh.
Scared to death. Because I was
Scary eyes.
like 6 or something. But I love that album, man.
Yeah.
Beat It, Bad, love it.
There's a lot of country stuff. I think like we talk about George Strait. There's like Garth Brooks. Those types of
I'm trying to think of music. I just remember my mom would listen to, FM stereo radio, and it was like the softy, we'd call it like 80s
Soft rock.
music,
Yeah.
but it was like soft.
Likable.
Actually,
Yeah,
I
Michael Bull,
appreciate
Michael
80s
Bull.
music more now than I did then. Like the outfield.
I just listened to whatever
Love
my
that
mom
song.
had on in the car, in the minivan. We had a family minivan.
I think everybody did.
Cool.
Yeah.
In
Fit
the
everything in
80s.
there.
Seatbelts were starting to become.
Door
were
only had a
lost
door
lot.
on one side of the minivan.
One
slide. You had to actually manually slide it. You couldn't push a button.
Wow.
There was like unwritten rule: if you sat in the middle, you didn't have to buckle your seatbelt.
Maybe for your family.
The station wagon was big. I remember that my babysitter had a station wagon. We'd all ride in the back and just lay down. There was you didn't have to wear
I love
seatbelts.
station wagons.
You didn't have to wear seatbelts. You could
Facing
just
out the
like,
back window.
yeah, you could just sit in the back and ride around.
Oh man.
There were no laws about seatbelts back then. You could ride in the back of a truck down the street.
Hanging out with my grandparents too was always fun.
Otter Pops. Otter Pops were the jam.
Like, ice cream trucks were.
That was awesome.
It was
25 cents for a
You didn't second guess like
big stick.
that's a creepy looking van or that's a creepy looking whatever food truck. You didn't think like, oh, there's ice cream, but now it's like,
You have to be careful.
that's kind of suspicious. My parents give us
Yeah.
money like, oh, go out there and get yourself some ice cream, but now it's like parents have to walk into the ice cream truck and make sure there's nothing suspicious. So.
Yeah. Well,
Hold on. Top Gun. We gotta talk about Top Gun. That was like
That was sad.
one of the best movies of all time.
I was
We have the
high
new
above.
one coming out.
I wasn't able to watch that.
okay.
Top Gun. I got the parented, edited version. Like, all right, gotta go in the other room. Okay, you can come back in now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top Gun.
I had sisters, so we were always Disney princess movies nonstop.
Mm.
We did like Peter Pan.
I had an older sister that would like dress me up and make me do stuff that,
Explains a lot.
I could tell.
Explains a lot.
she was into dancing and theater and stuff.
Huh.
So she would make me do like performances and stuff with her.
That's nice. Well, I mean, that's kind of sad, not nice.
I didn't know any different. My sister's 5 years older than me. So
Oh.
I was like little and she was, 10, I was 5 or whatever. It's like, okay, we're gonna do this.
She was
Scene
born in the
from-
70s.
Things could
She
be
was a
different.
70s child, so that
That explains a lot.
yeah.
What do you think, man?
Oh, what?
What do you think?
Oh, I think this interview went great.
Awesome.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Well, guys, I'm gonna end this interview right now, and sadly, the other special guest, sadly, he took too long. So, yeah, sorry to the other special guest. But well, I'm gonna go right now. If the people want to say bye, they can. So, do you want to say bye?
Thanks
All
for
right,
having
man.
us.
Hey, if you like this video, give them a thumbs up. Join the channel.
Yeah, and you better subscribe to my channel, or else I'll take all your 80s stuff. See ya.